I found this really interesting. This is from Warren Sharp. Tweets this out. Lead after the first quarter, all across games. So it's aggregate scores after the first quarter of games last year. Bengals were plus 42. The Chiefs were plus 36. Those were the teams that played in the AFC Championship game. You see the Lions. You see the Cowboys were Browns were plus 29. So the first quarter went really well, and then after that, it kind of came apart.
Yeah, I mean, it's easy to remember some of those fourth quarter meltdowns, right? The Jets game in Atlanta, right? Weeks 2 and 4 that really kept the Browns from getting that momentum early when they needed it when Watson was suspended. And that's tied hand in hand, right? You get off to a good start. When do you blow a lead? You blow a lead late. But that first quarter thing is fascinating. It speaks to how well Stefanski scripts plays, how he gets his guys prepared. And then we can argue after that, does he, should he script more? Does he script too many? What, is that talent catching up? Is it a lack of adjustments? Like, there's a lot of reasons teams don't maintain hot starts. But I wouldn't look at it and say, I think it's a positive to start as fast as they did. It puts you in a position, and I think if you're able to sustain that, and you have the attacking defense that Jim Schwartz wants to play, all those things go hand in hand. Like the Browns' recipe blueprint is start fast, get a double-digit lead, and then go get the other team's quarterback. And they haven't been able to sustain that and deliver that, but I think the pieces are in place to give them a better chance to do that. And if they can, then that's exactly what they want to do. Myles Garrett will have a huge year. Zadarius Smith will have a huge year. Nick Chubb will run the ball a bunch in the second half. And the first part of that is getting off to a good start.
Yeah, and I'm with you. What it shows is that his offensive system, the first quarter, the plays that you're developing work against. Now, and maybe, bringing in Bill Musgrave as an assistant, maybe that's his deal. Help, come up with the in-game adjustments, make it more collaborative.
Yeah, and defenses adjust, and maybe it was Jacoby Brissett for a lot of that. Maybe defenses figured out what Jacoby Brissett was doing and took that away, and then it's hard to adjust after that, right? I think we saw some of that when Baker was the quarterback. They'd have great starts, defenses would adjust, and then how do you figure it out? But I think Kevin Stefanski's plenty smart. I think that's an example of it, and then it becomes an execution game, an adjustment game, and you would think, with Deshaun Watson, it gives you a chance to make a couple more off-schedule plays, right? So it doesn't have to be perfect as a play caller when maybe you're perfect as a play caller early, and then it gets a lot harder as the game goes on to be perfect as a play caller.